Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my what's on my iPhone / how I edit my Instagram pictures. I have here an iPhone 6s in the color rose gold and I love it. So jumping straight into the video because it's gonna be a long one. I have 2 pages as you can see here, and starting off with the first page we have messages, which I clearly do not open or ever use. I definitely prefer using WhatsApp, so if you've ever sent me a text message and I haven't replied, well now you know why. And then next we have the calendar, photos, camera, the weather app, clock. You guys, I'm about to show you. I am totally one of those people who sets their alarms like this. 6:30, 6:39, 6:44, 6:45. I clearly needed that extra minute. Thumbs up if you guys do the same because I am positive I'm not the only one. So moving on, we have maps, videos, notes, which I use all the time because I am such a forgetful person, you guys. So I really have to write down every single thing just so I don't forget them. So yeah, I really use notes for super urgent matters, you know, real important stuff. And then I have reminders, which would probably make more sense to write my reminders in, yeah, but no, I don't do that. And then I've named a folder miscellaneous with just a bunch of stuff that I never use. And then we have iTunes Store, App Store, and settings. And then down below, I think is pretty standard. I have the phone, Safari, music, and then I replace the regular mail with my Gmail. On the next page, we have FaceTime, calculator, iTunes U, pages, which is what I use to manage my Facebook account, and then Uber, of course. Blogger is the app version for blogger.com, my blogging platform. And then here are some folders that are probably the only thing organized in this phone, which I'll go through at the very end. Next, we have the most addictive game in the entire world. It's called Fiends. I'm not even kidding you guys. This is probably the reason behind my sleepless nights. I'm currently on level 22, but I'll quickly show you guys how the game works on an easier level. Let's go to level 5. And so this is how the game looks like. It's basically a matching and battle game. And what you have to do is build a team of 5 super cute bugs. Look how cute Brittle is with the super big eyes. And the whole idea is for you to build this team to defeat those ugly, evil looking slugs. But the thing is, on each level, you only have a certain number of moves to complete your goal. So if you've used up all of the moves before completing the goal, then you obviously don't pass the level, but you can always keep trying until you do. So here I'm going to match up these leaves. You just want to match up 3 or more, and it can be diagonal, vertical, horizontal. Ooh, that was a good one. And then I'm going to match up some mushrooms, some more mushrooms. You guys, it is the best feeling when you kill a slug. Sounds so brutal. Trust me, if you haven't played this game before, you're going to love it. I'll have a link in the description box down below on where you can download the game for free, or you can just download it from the App Store or Google Play. And on May 8th, for 24 hours, they'll be offering an in-game currency in appreciation for mommies everywhere. So all you have to do is click the heart in the game to access it. So now moving on to the next app, we have iMovie, which I don't use. I edit all of my videos on Final Cut Pro on my Mac. And then next we have voice memos, which I do use. I use it in all of my voiceovers on my videos. I'm actually using it right now as well. Honestly, you guys, you do not need to invest in expensive microphone, equipment type thing. Your iPhone does such a good job, so. And then of course I had to get the Kylie and Chloe app. These two are my favorite Kardashian / Jenner sisters, so you know I had to. Next we have Dropbox, which I have downloaded on my Mac as well, so if I ever want to send some photos or Instagram videos, I'll just send it through Dropbox from my Mac to my phone. Next we have Waze, which is a navigation system. It's always finding me the quickest routes, and because there's so much traffic here, I really like that it kind of tells me how long the traffic is gonna last. Next we have Pinterest, which I just love spending hours on, searching for DIYs, hair tips, beauty tips and tricks and all that. I've also been using it to kind of get some inspiration for my beauty / office room. Office room, nice. Next we have Food Panda, which is an online delivery service, and then Flight Aware is what I use to kind of just check up on my loved ones to make sure that they've arrived safe and sound. And then Google Maps I don't use anymore. Lastly, we have my very old Hotmail account, which I clearly do not use. So going back to the folders, we have the extras folder, which again is just a bunch of stuff that I never open. And then we have social, which is probably my favorite folder. So WhatsApp, which I'm sure a lot of you know already, is a chatting service and I use it all the time. And then we have Instagram, and here's my profile for those of you who are maybe not following me as yet. And then we have Twitter, which I actually never use. I know I'm probably the only one. Next we have Snapchat, which I'm obsessed with. I just really love that I'm able to connect with you guys on such a personal basis. I read all of your messages and I do try to respond to as many as I can. And as of late, I've just loved seeing your face swaps as well. It's so cute. So yeah, come join the SnapFam if you haven't already. Let me know that you just watched this video so I can show you guys some love. So moving on, we have YouTube, which obviously needs no introduction. And just next to it, I have the Creator Studio, which is what I use to read all of your comments. And then we have Facebook, Facebook Messenger, and Periscope. And then on the next page, I have apps that I don't use as often. We have Vine, Viber, Path, Line, Skype, and Talk. So the next folder we have photography, and to be very honest with you guys, I don't use the majority of these apps anymore ever since Instagram kind of upgraded their whole editing ability tool type thing. And so the main two apps that I use are Facetune and Typing. So Facetune I use for when I want to enhance my pictures, and then I'll further enhance them on Instagram. And then Typing is for any text that I want to include in the image. So I'll show you how I like to use Facetune. I first obviously upload the image that I want. I actually haven't taken a proper selfie in a really long time, so we might just have to pick an old picture. Ooh, so a lot of you guys actually like this picture, so I'm just going to show you what I did to edit it. So this here is the original picture. It was taken with a Canon 70D and it was shot with natural lighting. So natural lighting actually does such a good job at masking imperfections. So my main issues with this image was the background and the clarity of my makeup. So the camera didn't actually pick up the vibrancy of my yellow background as I would have liked it to. As you can see, it looks very dull and kind of goldish brown, so I wanted to bring that vibrant yellow back into the photo. So in the down bar, I just click tones, and then I'm going to click picker. And so picker is going to identify the color that you press. So I'm just going to click anywhere in my current background just to get the actual color. And so the color you've identified goes into your palette, and from there you can kind of just alter it to pick a brighter shade. So this yellow here is perfect. It's exactly how my backdrop looked, and now I'm basically just going to color it in. And as you can see, it's making it so much brighter. If you hold down this blue button, you can actually see the before and after, and can you see how much of a difference that makes? It just really makes the image pop. So yeah, that's one of the things that I did. When it comes to the makeup, again, the camera just didn't pick it up as how I would have liked it to. So I'm just gonna zoom in a little here. And then in the down bar, I'm gonna go to details, and that's basically just going to sharpen certain areas on the image that you are tapping on. So once I've clicked details, I'm just going to go around my eye area and tap. And you definitely want to go light with this, because with details, it's super easy to kind of go overboard and it'll just look way too edited. And we don't want that. We want to enhance the image, not completely alter it. So as you can see in the before and after, it hasn't made too much of a difference, but it's just more defined. So that is what I did with this picture on Facetune, and then now I'm going to upload it onto Instagram and just tweak it a little here and there. So the first thing I do is press this little screwdriver thing and go into sharpen, and I always sharpen my images because I really just want nice and clean and crisp images. So I'll leave it as that, and then I like to go into shadows. And I'll just bring it down a little because I like the darkest portion of the picture to be a little darker. If your picture is lacking some color, which mine clearly isn't, just go into saturation and bring it up a little. And also if your picture is more on the cool side and you want it to add some warmth, just click the warmth button and again just bring that up as well. So another picture type that I like to edit on Facetune are flat lays. So for instance, this photo right here. So this photo is basically an all white photo, but it isn't as white as I would have liked. So I'm just going to click on the whiten button, and this is pretty much self-explanatory. Just run it over the areas that you want more white. So this bottom area here, all over the book, the inside of this watch, which by the way is the Daniel Wellington Classic Sheffield, I think. And I do have a discount code that I will leave down below. So once everything is nice and white, I'm actually going to go back into details to sharpen certain areas. So the logo right here, as well as the text on this blush palette, just so that it can actually be seen. So yeah, here is the before and after. Doesn't it just look more aesthetically pleasing? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, now onto Instagram. If you wanted to further whiten it, you could always play with the highlights, but I'm just gonna leave it as it is. It's white enough. And for instance, if certain colors in the image got washed out through your editing, you can always bring back the color through saturation. Like so. So yeah, that is how I edit my Instagram photos. So the next folder is utilities, and these first two I probably should delete soon because they were for uni. And then I have my ANZ banking app, Ozpost, and then these three camera apps are for when I send pictures from my camera to my phone. And then we have PayPal, and lastly Zomato, which is basically an app showing you different restaurants around the area or ones within your budget, but I think that just might be for Perth. I'm not too sure. And then lastly, we have the music folder. We have Spotify, SoundCloud, tabs, which are basically guitar chords, Musical.ly, and Shazam. And that is it. That brings me to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you had any app recommendations, please let me know down below and I will do some downloading. As usual, if you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, my beauties.